Hi, this is Tracy with Stampin' Away with Tracy, and we're going to make a really simple card today, and I'm going to show you some tricks using the Hues of Happiness Designer Series paper. So we're going to be using Hues of Happiness Designer Series paper, which is just patterned paper. We're going to be using the stamp set too. It's Blossoming Happiness dies, and our sentiment is going to be through it together. Now, these products can all be found in the annual catalog. Okay, so let's get started. This is super easy, and I want to show you a few tricks I figured out. The first thing we're going to do is start with a piece of Bermuda Bay, 4 1/4 by 11 inches. You score at 5 1/2. We're going to set that aside. The next piece we're going to do 5 1/4 by 4 inches. 5 1/4 by 4 inches. Now, the die set for the Blossoms Happiness die set, right here, this is the die I used. I just love this. It's so pretty, and it doesn't cut really anything out. It gives you an intricate die cut in your paper. Isn't that pretty? And when we put this up against our Bermuda Bay, look how nice that looks. Look how pretty with the Bermuda Bay coming through. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so what we're going to do first is I took a piece of the Hues of Happiness Designer Series paper, and all of the dies, the flower dies of this, fit right with this paper. So you can actually cut out your flowers right out of the patterned paper. You don't have to use colored pencils. You don't have to use markers, just the paper. And I cut all of these out from just this one sheet. And it also cuts out the leaves. So all of these are cut out from the dies. Now, what are you're thinking, what am I going to do with these? I went ahead and cut these out and to see if I can use them. And I cut some leaves out too. Now this leaf I hand cut. It was really easy, and I'm not a good fussy cutter, so if I can do it, I know you guys can. But the leaves got cut out. Everything got cut out of this right here. So let's set that aside. This is our first layer. So I would really like this to go about right here because I still want to see all this pattern. Isn't that so pretty? And I want to back it with this one. See how that's just a half of a flower, but you can tuck it in behind a whole one, and it's perfect. So we're just going to do it. Now, just kind of move these around to be exactly what you want. That's the person that needs to be happy, is yourself. And you have to just like it. And you can do that and just kind of play around with it and see what you think. See, this is just a little half of one, so it would have to go here, and I think I would have to cut off the ends, which I think would be fine. Okay, I'm kind of happy with that. So let's get started. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move this around off the paper. I'm going to start with this one. Now, remember, we're going to tuck these flowers underneath there. So I'm only going to put glue. I use multi-purpose liquid. We're only going to put multi-purpose liquid glue in the middle, okay? Because we're going to be tucking around. So I want to use one of the darker shades. And let me get my scissors. And you see this little wing tip? You can see it. Just snip it off. Just like that. And get some glue on the back. And just tuck it in. Just like this. Just tuck it in. Isn't that pretty? It's layering up so beautifully. So put another glue on the back of this one. Remember, there's no coloring on this card. You really are just die cutting, which I think is so cool. I love the way Stampin' Up! Did that. They made it so easy for us. And they have such clever ideas. Way better than me, for sure. So we're just keep tucking the flowers where you want them, just like that. Now, let's put some greenery in. These were also cut out with the die set and the Hues of Happiness paper. So we want to get a little greenery in here. So let's see if we can kind of tuck it in just like that. That looks really pretty. And this is one I cut out by hand. I told you I did that. It was super easy. You won't have any trouble cutting that out. I just thought I like to do things in odd numbers, so I thought I needed just a little more greenery. And I'm just going to tuck that right there. Oops, I got a little bit of glue. It's fine. Okay, now remember, the glue does come through the back. So let me put something over that. Let me get a scrap sheet of paper and put that over it, because we certainly don't want the glue to stick. So don't make my mistake. Let's just use some white paper. Okay, so we've got this assembled. So get your base paper, which is your Bermuda Bay. Turn this over, and I'm going to put some glue on it. Really easy. Just a little bit in here just to secure it well. Like this. And turn it over and just even it up on this base layer. Just so it looks nice. Isn't that pretty? Now, that's really pretty just by itself, but I really wanted a little more something special. So I got out my pearls and I got out my Stampin' Right marker, and I'm going to color some. And this is in the Bermuda Bay. Whoops. And we're going to color some, and it's in the Bermuda Bay. And I'm going to add them to my card, because I really wanted something else, just a little more interest there. That one's not going to hold still for me to color. So get another one. There we go. Now, get out your Take-A-Pick tool. Turn it to the spatula end is what I use. And I just pick these up. And sometimes I don't get them colored really well, and I can't see it until I pick them up. So there you go. And I got color all over it. There we go. And just disperse it wherever you want it on the card. Whatever looks good to you. It's your card, remember. So you can make it however you want to, or put these wherever you want them to be. And I think they look really pretty. Just adds a little more interest to it with these little pearls. They're certainly not required, but they do look pretty. Or I think they do. You can't go wrong with a pearl if you ask me. Just my opinion. So, there we go. Adhere that down. Now, wanted to add just a little sparkle. And I'm going to put just a little bit of Wink of Stella on here. Just a little bit. Not a lot. Just to add a little sparkle to the card. Wink of Stella is really economical. It's not expensive. It lasts forever. And you can do so much with it. And there you go. And look how pretty that is. Now, we're going to put, this is my sentiment, Hello Lovely. Now, the Hello Lovely came from the Threw It Together stamp set in the annual catalog. And the die is the Bouquet of Love right here. The Bouquet of Love, and it's in the mini catalog. So we're just going to put a little tiny bit of glue on here. On the Hello Lovely. I'm just going to put it right there. Okay. And there you go. What do you think? Let me know in comments what you think about this card. It was simple and easy. Excuse me. It's the Hues of Happiness Designer Series paper. You just cut out the flowers. No one will ever know you didn't hand color those. If you like my video, please subscribe. I would appreciate that. Give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. I also have a Facebook page, Stampin' Away with Tracy. So hop over on there. I have a Facebook Live every Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. Thank you and have a blessed day.